Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beyond Second Cognition. I'm Beall. The topic of this discussion is, what's wrong with being human? Now, you may not think much of that question or the title for this particular podcast, but there's some serious stuff that all of us need to consider in regard to that question. And I'm going to fill in some blanks and point to some areas that maybe some of you have not looked at in depth, but that you really, really need to. I composed the book, The Psychology of Becoming Human. And everything that we are trying to teach humanity about is to become human. With the infection of the virus, we don't know what it's like to be human. We have been virus puppets for the entire history of our species. So we have never discovered what it is to truly be an Earth human being, meaning free of the virus, free to function on our own, free to find our own impeccability, and free to become a free race for the first time in the existence of this species on this planet. So, what's wrong with being human? Let's do a little analysis here. If you look at your religious traditions, we're all sinners. And people want to hurry up and live their lives on a race to the fucking afterlife. So humanity and being human doesn't count for anything. It's only the afterlife that has any scorecard. Let's look at the mystical traditions. In those traditions, you're supposed to find the divine spark, find the God within. And that's the only thing that bears importance. Where does being human fit into that? It doesn't. Look at all this spiritual nonsense about, we are all walking gods. Well, that's also not being human. That's dream bullshit about becoming a god. And I'll tell you what drives all this stuff, folks, and I wonder how many of you have actually sat and pondered and thought about this with any seriousness. Why does humanity have this desire to not be human? Yes, we can blame it on the virus. Yes, we can blame it on these ideologies. And it's even found in science. Science and scientists, in many respects, are very dissatisfied with being human. They want to progress us into transhumanism and merge us with machines so we can become inhuman humans, I guess. But it all comes down to being dissatisfied with what we are as a species. And this has a lot to do with the propaganda being blown up our ass every time you watch a fucking superhero movie or some movie where they, like Doctor Strange, promoting some guy getting magical powers. People are not satisfied with being human. They want to be something else. And this shit plays to the ego virus in people. But it plays to their mentality because they are dissatisfied with what they are. We have had this indoctrination that you're not good enough. You're a sinner. You're going to go to hell if you don't find God. You have to find spirit. Your humanity isn't worth a shit. So this programming has instilled a form of dissatisfaction in us, and we can't even live comfortably in our own skins. We hate being what we are, even though we don't know fully what our capabilities are. But we want to go to the next step as fast as we can and get away from what we think we are. Being human, it's dirty. And this goes back to those Gnostic teachings. The body is a tomb. As long as you buy that shit, you're never going to want to find your humanity. You're racing for the fucking exit. You're looking for the door out so you can stop being human. Now, how mentally, psychologically pathetic is that, folks? How much of you wants to be something better, wants to be something special, wants to be something supernatural, versus learning to be a human being in its full capacity? Do you see the mind fuck going on here? Humans have never been good. The gods have always told us that. And then when the gods disappeared from the face of the earth in their physical forms, then the hive moved in and told us the same shit. Your human body, your mortal coil, you're not worth a shit. Only the soul within is where the value is. Only the afterlife we present is worth a shit. And we've all been subliminally programmed to accept this shit. We get on the spirit path. It's not just because we want to find spirit. It's because we want some blessing of supernaturalism that'll make us more than what we are. A lot of you, even on the PSOYCA path, you're looking at wanting to be something supernaturally more than what you are. Yet we have not yet discovered our full capabilities as a human. Working with PSOYCA sentience is going to make you human. It's not going to give you an escape. It's not going to give you a fucking rescue. We came here to be human beings, to show human beings how to be human beings. If you're looking to be something greater than a human being, then you're in the wrong fucking ballpark. You incarnated at the wrong place. So look at all this stuff about why you want to be something more than what you are, in the sense of being a human being being dirty. If you consider the human form just the mud wipe of the cosmos, then you already half sold out. You don't want to be human. You want to be something different. I don't like these shoes. Can I get some new shoes? Well, when it comes to your human body, no, you can't. This is what you're fucking stuck with. So you can either learn how to utilize it to the best of the form's capabilities in this incarnation, or you can whine and scream about going home to the Pleiades or whatever the fuck else soothes that poor savage little ego that just wants to go home and does not want to be human. How psychotic a species is it that doesn't want to be what it is, doesn't want to discover what it can be without some kind of supernatural fucking hook to lure you on? Oh, I hate being human. I want to be a superhero. I want to be a saint. I want to be a guru. I want to divine with God. And all the while, you're forsaking what you can be as a human being. You want something better. You can merge with machines. You can merge your genes with animals. You can become some kind of hybrid monstrosity. Anything's better than being human. Do you people see this fucking mindset? And how much do you play into? PSOYCA sentience, working with the human form, leads to human potential. And this is what Nietzsche saw when he talked about his overman. We're not the overman. We're stuck on that rope between ape and man, and probably more ape than man. We're trying to teach human beings how to be fucking human beings, not the mid-level stage of wanting to be human beings and thinking we're human beings and beating our breasts about how we need salvation and fucking rescue. You came here to be a human being, to improve the model, so to speak, without all the supernatural hornswoggle. What you got to get through your heads is any traits you may have, they're not supernatural. They are traits inherent within the form, within the species, that have not been developed. Why have they not been developed? Because we all been crying, oh, Calgon, take me away, give me to the hive, take me to the afterlife, turn me into a divine proselytizer for your spiritual hive fucking doctrines. Anything but don't make me be human. How much of this shit do you fall for yourself, folks? How much of this shit have you bought into? And when you buy into this level of dissatisfaction, you can't live comfortably in your own fucking skin without wanting out, without wanting an escape, without wanting salvation. So, what's wrong with being human? Right now, what's wrong with being human is the desire to not be human. The desire to not discover what our full capabilities are without calling them supernatural. Get past the lure for the supernatural. Let's find out what humans can naturally do with this PSOYCA process, because it's all natural. There's nothing supernatural about it. It's all natural, but we haven't discovered it because we have lived unnatural lives with a psychosis that makes us want to be anything but what we are. So I wanted to throw this out for you folks to think about, because this is a fucking poison. It's a psychosis. And if we don't realize there's nothing wrong with being human, we will never become human. So for those of you doing the work, stay the course and don't give up on yourselves.